The House will come to order. Today's pledge will be led by Shelby Rodriguez Mungaray, Eduardo Arzola Proano, Arija Garcia, Daphne Zubia de Leon, all from Washington Elementary in Lamar, Colorado, guests of Representative Ty Winter. Welcome.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all so much. Yes.
And then just go down those steps.
Go. Daphne? Eduardo? Did I say your first name right? Rehab? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much for being here. Mr. Schiebel, please call the roll.
Representative Zamabile,
Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you.
Armagost,
Nice to meet you.
Bacon, Byrd, Representative Byrd,
Excused.
Bockenfeld, Basenecker, Bottoms, Bradfield, Bradley, Brown, is here, Catlin, Doherty, DeGraff, Rep. DeGraff,
Excused.
Degree Kennedy,
Here.
Dixon. Dixon is here. Duran.
Excused.
English. Oh, English is excused today. Epps. Representative Epps.
Excused.
Evans. Frizzell. Froelich. Garcia. Gonzalez Gutierrez is excused. Hamrick. Hartsook. Herod. Holtorf. Judah. Representative Judah.
Excused.
Joseph. Kip. Leader. Lindsay. Linstead. Luck. Lukens. Lynch. Minority Leader Lynch.
Excused.
Mabry. Marshall. Martinez. Rep. Martinez.
Excused.
Morrow is excused. McCormick. McLaughlin. Michelson Janae. Ortiz. Rep. Ortiz.
Excused.
Parenti. Puglisi. Representative Puglisi.
Excused.
Ricks. Sharbini is excused. Sirota. Snyder. Soper. Story is here. Taggart. Titone. Valdez A. Velasco. Vigil. Weinberg. Weissman. Wilford. Wilson. Representative Wilson. No. Rep. Wilson's excused. Winter. Woodrow. Young. And the speaker is excused. Judah came in. All I've seen.
Representative Ortiz has joined us online.
Sorry, it's. Oh. I finished mine. 52? Yeah, 52 present.
With 52 present, 13 excused and 0 absent. We have a quorum. Representative Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. It is Monday morning, and I am not funny this morning, so without any further ado, I move that the Journal of Saturday, April 1st, 2023, be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
A risky strategy, Representative Evans. You have heard the motion that the Journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no? Oh, you got it anyway. The motion is adopted. Announcements and introductions. We also have a couple tributes, but we will get through the announcements first. Representative Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. House Finance will be meeting after budget concerns today, probably 3:30. We are going to lay over House Bill 1162, and we're going to move House Bill 1217 to the top of the agenda. Thank you.
Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. Education Committee, we are meeting today probably at about 3 o'clock. I'm not sure exactly when, but we'll let you know when we're doing it. Senate Bill 85, Senate Bill 87, Senate Bill 94, and Senate Bill 76. So we have 4 bills today, and we look forward to seeing you, and just pay attention, and we'll let you know exactly when we're meeting. Thanks.
Representative Bradfield.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. It's Monday morning, so I'm down here once again inviting you to come to the Legislator Bible Study on Tuesday morning, starting at 7:15 with a light breakfast and a lot of encouragement for our soul. Hope to see you there tomorrow, 7:15. Thank you.
Representatives Lindsay and Kipp. Representative Lindsay.
Good morning. Good morning, members. We have a couple of birthdays to recognize, so if I could get the Capitol Choir down here, and if Rep. Lindstedt and Rep. Wiseman could stand up so that we can embarrass you properly. Come on, birthday boys.
All right, we're ready? 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mr. Wiseman. Happy birthday to you.
Representative Winter.
Thank you and good morning. First of all, I want to thank Pastor Kerry Nelson and his wife for coming to do the prayer, driving up from Trinidad. That meant a lot to me. Secondly, the group that I'm really excited to introduce, they traveled about 208 miles to be here. They came from the farthest southeast part of the state. So if you guys wouldn't all mind standing up and giving a hand to Miss Mitchell and the 3rd through 5th grade ELL students from Parkview Elementary in Lamar. Thank you.
Welcome, and thank you so much for visiting us today. Are there any more announcements before we get into the tributes? Seeing none, Representative Ricks? Oh, I'm sorry, one moment. Representative Soper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. So members, today is a major day in history. 50 years ago today, the first call from a cell phone was made. But it wasn't until 1984 that they became widely used. I just wanted to share this because our lives have been forever transformed, and it's good to recognize that we can now do things that past legislatures couldn't. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Ricks.
Will members of the Business Committee join me in the well, or anybody who represents small business? All right.
You may proceed, Representative Ricks.
All right. Mr. Speaker, members, I have a tribute, and I'm asking for it to be read at length.
The House of Representatives convened in the 74th General Assembly hereby commemorates National Small Business Week. The Colorado House of Representatives recognizes that America's strongest economic growth in almost 40 years has been driven by the resilience of our small businesses, who, despite a world pandemic, continue to pioneer innovative solutions to our country's greatest challenges and create opportunities for families and workers. From the storefront shops that anchor Main Street to the high-tech startups that keep America on the cutting edge, to the small manufacturers driving our competitiveness on the global stage, small businesses are the backbone of our economy and the cornerstones of our nation's promise. By supporting small businesses, jobs are created and local communities preserve their unique culture. This country's 32.5 million small businesses create nearly 2 out of 3 jobs in our economy. We must therefore resolve ourselves to find ways to support our entrepreneurs who create jobs and who can spur economic growth in America. Each year since 1963, presidents of the United States have issued a proclamation recognizing National Small Business Week to highlight the programs and services available to entrepreneurs through the U.S. Small Business Administration and other government agencies. The members of the Colorado House of Representatives support and join in this national effort to help America's small businesses grow their business, create jobs, and ensure that our local communities remain as vibrant tomorrow as they are today. On request of Representatives Nikita Ricks, Judy Amabile, and Sheila Leader, given this third day of April 2023, State Capitol, Denver.
Representative Ricks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, each year, National Small Business Week is celebrated during the first week of May. This year, we are a month early in order to manage our calendar. The aim of this week is to honor the entrepreneurs of our country who have played their part in bringing new ideas of life and growing our economy. Events are hosted in different places, and top entrepreneurs from every state are given awards for their performances. Since the founding of this nation, people have come from all over the world and started out as small-scale business owners in the hope of making it big. Many came for the gold during the Colorado Gold Rush and used their haul to start their own businesses. It is thanks to this custom that the catchphrase, the term, the land of opportunity, was created, and many Americans still dream of being business owners. Our small businesses have made tremendous contributions to the country economy. The Small Business Administration was created by the federal government in 1953 to counsel small businesses and to enable them to prosper and be sustainable. The first Small Business Week proclamation was done in 1963 by President John F. Kennedy to celebrate and honor entrepreneurs in every state with awards and special recognition. According to the SBA, a small business is defined as a business with 1 to 500 employees. Some facts about the state of the U.S. small businesses in 2023. Today, 33.2 million businesses employ almost half of America's workforce and make up 99% of the businesses. Despite the large numbers employed, only 80% of the small businesses have no employees at all. 16% have 1 to 19 employees, which means that only 4% employ 20 to 500 employees. Small businesses represent the heart and soul of the countless communities in Colorado and across the U.S. According to SBA data, there was almost 675,000 small businesses that employed 1.2 million people in our state, which is 48% of Colorado employees. These businesses make up 99.5% of the Colorado small private businesses. The number of small businesses grow every year, and most businesses in 2022 were owned by the Generation Xers and Boomers. Millennials own 7%, and Gen Zers are 180% more likely to create a side business. 20% of small enterprises will fail in the first year. 30% of these businesses fail in the second year. And by the fifth year, 50% of businesses that are started fail. The top 2 reasons for business failure includes market demand and running out of capital. COVID-19 took an incalculable toll on so many lives and livelihood. And despite the creativity and resilience of small businesses, hundreds of thousands of small businesses closed. Main Street was shuttered, and millions more were out of work. The pandemic had a disproportionate financial impact on small Black businesses. Black businesses declined a total of 40%, which was the largest drop of any ethnic group. During COVID, we lost 9.6 million jobs from May 2020 to September 2022. The U.S. is still in recovery, and only 14% of those jobs that were lost will be recovered in 2023. And by 2031, we hope to have recovered 81% of the jobs that were lost. So we're still struggling and going through. Home health and personal care industries are projected to grow 924% as our population ages. And hospitality and leisure, where we lost 633,000 jobs, are rebounding. Today, 19% of the small businesses are owned by racial minorities, of which 13.8% are Latinos. According to Harvard Business Review, Black female entrepreneurs are launching businesses at rates higher than their white counterparts, but only 17% are likely to survive, and then 3% of those businesses will come to full maturity. In Colorado, immigrants own 1 out of every 6 businesses within the Denver metro area. We applaud our small businesses for their ingenuity, their innovation, and creativity, and we want to give a shout out to all the 2023 Small Business Award winners. Thank you.
Representative Amable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem, and thank you all for putting up with yet another tribute. And so I'll be brief. I just had the honor of operating a business for 25 years here in Colorado. We manufactured water bottles for bicycling, and we employed, and in our heyday, we had about 85 employees, and the people that worked for us came from all over the world. From down the street. We employed a bunch of high school kids. We employed all of my family members, cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers-in-law. There was a place for everybody there. And we started in our garage and then moved to a facility, and then we moved a few more times. And every day is a crisis when you own a small business. So every single day, some bigger crisis than others. Sometimes somebody needs to get bailed out of jail. Sometimes the UPS decides to go on strike and doesn't want to deliver any of your shipments. And sometimes there's a flood and no one can come to work. And then sometimes there's COVID. We had already sold our business by the time COVID happened, but I understand from the people who bought it that that was an incredible challenge. And so I have just incredible respect for people who start businesses, for people who are dedicated to running their business here in Colorado. Everything we did was 100% made in America. And I want to say to all the kids that are here today that operating your own business is absolutely the best career choice you could make. And it isn't easy, and it isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, but it is incredibly rewarding. And so I really just want to applaud all the small business owners out there, and thank you.
Representative Tygart.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. One of the highlights of my career was to be an entrepreneur. I can't say the name of the company, but it was if you envision a rodent that lives above 10,000 feet, that was my company. The great fun of being an entrepreneur is to take something you're very passionate about and bring it to reality. And in my particular case, myself and my partner was a world-class mountaineer. I was a rock climber, not very good, and a mountaineer, but I came from a very strong ski racing, so it didn't surprise anybody that our products were focused on those two areas. I will say it was the best part of my career. I loved it. I hated selling the company to a much larger corporation, but one of the things that you youngsters that do become entrepreneurs, get ready for the fact that there are some weeks where you don't pay yourself because you want to make sure your employees are paid. And your blood, sweat, and tear doesn't put much in your back pocket. All of us that have done that understand that. But it is unbelievably rewarding to do what you love to do.
Representative Holtorf.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. In talking with the Assistant Majority Leader, I bring a message of unity in supporting small business. But here's something I want to talk about with respect to this tribute. We need to focus on unifying Colorado, a Colorado for all. Ethnic division, ethnic prioritization, special interest legislation, that's all very dangerous.
Representative Holtorf, it doesn't sound like this is to the tribute.
I'm going to get to that right now. I want to talk about, with respect to the small business tribute, there are many organizations that support small business. I'm going to start with NFIB, National Federation of Independent Businesses. And I would tell all my colleagues in this chamber, when that particular national organization is opposed to a piece of legislation because they know it hurts small business.
Representative Holtorf?
Yes.
We're speaking to a tribute. Normally, we don't even allow additional members to speak in support of a tribute, so if this is not directly to the tribute, I'll ask you to save your comments for another time.
Okay, well, I'm going to wrap this up real fast then, but I'm going to tell you, I want us to unify. To support small business, here's my ask, Chamber. I want us to unify around those organizations like the Chamber of Commerce, the Denver Chamber,
Representative Holtorf.
Yes.
I really think you're advocating for legislation in this moment, which is not appropriate during announcements and introductions. I will ask you to stop.
Thank you.
Representative Bockenfeld.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. In my early career, I was a special asset lender in the banking industry that specialized in small business. And 85% of our employers out there are small businesses. And I think that's significant. I was glad to see in the tribute that was given today that it was acknowledged that most small businesses fail because of the lack of capital. And I think that's very, very important because I think sometimes when we move legislation through this legislature, we sometimes forget that these small businesses do not always have, little buckets of cash sitting there that they can reach into and meet the needs of some of our legislation. So be mindful of that when we pass bills down here, that capital is very, very important to small businesses, and over-regulation many times hurts small businesses. So I am honored to come up here and support this tribute, and thank you for the folks who have brought the tribute forward because it's very, very important, and we need to keep working hard for the small businesses who actually employ 85% of the people in our society.
Thank you, sponsors of this tribute. We have another tribute this morning, Representative Amable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. In my defense, I hadn't done any tributes until today, so I'm getting them all over with at once. Mr. Speaker Pro Tem, we have a tribute and we wish that it be read at length.
The House of Representatives convened in the 74th General Assembly hereby recognizes April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Each and every one of the 1.2 million children in Colorado deserve to be valued, healthy, and thriving. All parents and caregivers need support, but some families, more than others, experience social, economic, and environmental inequities. Certain conditions in our state, such as where people live, learn, work, and play, affect a wide range of health risks and outcomes, including child abuse and neglect. Childhood trauma can have long-term psychological, emotional, and physical effects that have lasting consequences for victims of abuse. Parents, caregivers, family, friends, neighbors, employers, and elected leaders must collaborate to prevent child abuse, strengthen families, and build brighter childhoods. We must work together as a state to increase awareness of how to prevent child maltreatment and promote the social and emotional well-being of children and families in safe, stable, and nurturing environments. The Colorado House of Representatives hereby proclaims April as National Child Abuse Prevention Month in Colorado and is dedicated to improving the quality of life for all children and families. On request of Representative Judy Amabile, given this third day of April 2023, State Capitol, Denver.
Representative Amabile.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. So we're here this morning because today is the beginning of Child Abuse Prevention Month, and you're going to find on your desk these blue pinwheels. That's apparently a long-standing tradition here, and they come from our friends at Illuminate Colorado, and some of the members from Illuminate Colorado are in the gallery with us today. They might be still in the Senate, but I think there are some that are here. So I invite you to welcome the people from Illuminate Colorado here to the chamber today. Illuminate Colorado is an organization that works to strengthen families, organizations, and communities to prevent child maltreatment. Illuminate has organized a wide range of activities and outreach throughout the month of April to remind us that taking good care of our children is a key to a strong future in our state. I mean, really, if you think about it, nothing is more important than making sure that every kid in Colorado has the ability to thrive. And I don't think you can argue with that one. Anyway, child abuse and neglect are serious problems. They affect every segment of our community. Actions we take in this body make a difference and impact the well-being of our children today and in the future. So let's recommit ourselves to prioritizing and protecting Colorado's kids. Thank you.
Thank you, sponsors. Reports of committees of reference.
Committee on Appropriations, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bills 197, 214 as amended, 215, 216, 217, 218, 219, 220, 221, 222, 223, 224, 225, 226, 227, 228, 229, 230, 231, 233, 234, 235, 236, 237, 238, 239, 240, 241 as amended, 242, 243, 244, 245, and 246 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation.
Thank you. Madam Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. We are going to break for caucuses now. The Democrats will be meeting in Old State Library, and the Republicans will be meeting in HCR downstairs in room 112. After caucus, we will return to the floor and do a call of the House. I think that might be around noon. So at this time, I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.